There's a really messed up parasite called Toxoplasma gondii. When a mouse accidentally eats this parasite, it switches its fear polarity. Normally, when a mouse senses a cat, he runs in the other direction as fast as he can. But after this mouse unwittingly ingests this Toxoplasma gondii parasite, and after it switches his fear polarity, whenever he senses a cat, he believes the cat is his best friend, and he runs toward the cat as fast as he can. The Industrial Revolution is often misunderstood. A lot of people believe that it happened because of inventions or slow developments in economics. Or maybe some guy was wandering down the street and he discovered a factory. But the biggest driving force of the Industrial Revolution was the use of energy. Before the Industrial Revolution, all work had to be done by humans, by animals, or by slaves. But after the Industrial Revolution, most work was done by the energy that had been stored in coal and other fossil fuels. One of the most confusing things to us humans is the difference between correlation and causation. Since we humans seem to have an instinctive and evolutionarily beneficial misunderstanding of cause and effect, most of the things that we believe are true really aren't. This is just one aspect of having very fast but very inaccurate brains. A long time ago, having a fast and inaccurate brain was a very useful survival tool. I went to this very interesting and horrifying lecture the other night by an ex-Catholic priest. It was very secretive and invitation was only by word of mouth. When I walked into the room, everybody looked over at me suspiciously like I was a reporter or maybe some kind of government agent. But then the lady who invited me stood up, came over and greeted me to demonstrate to everybody that I wasn't a spy. This guy found out top secret information within the Catholic Church, and he was threatened to be falsely accused with pedophilia if he didn't quit voluntarily. So he did quit, but the threat still exists, which is why he has to give these lectures in secret. He's done a lot of exorcisms, and he said that the Catholic Church is very, very secretive about the number of exorcisms that they actually do. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's a couple of more things that they are even more secretive about, and it was his knowledge of these other things that made them want to get rid of him. One is that most exorcisms are failures. Once a demon gets inside of you, it's very, very difficult to get rid of him or her or them. Most priests are just not capable of properly exorcising demons. But the second truth is the most horrific, and that is that the Catholic Church surrendered to demonic forces way back during the Middle Ages, and that most people are already possessed by demons. Up to 80% of people are possessed, which means that there is an 80% chance that you have at least one demon inside of you right now. They come into your brain while you sleep every night. Even if you aren't possessed, they can come into your brain while you sleep and look around inside your mind, look around inside your memories, look at the quality of your soul. If you aren't strong enough, if you aren't pure enough, if you have too many impure thoughts and memories, if your soul is too impure, they will stay. This was the deal that the church made back during the Middle Ages. They were slowly losing the land war against the royals and the nobles and the landowners. Second sons would join the church, but not because they loved Jesus, but because they didn't get anything. Back in those days, the first sons inherited everything. So these second sons conspired over the years with Satan to give the church more power. That's why the Catholic Church is still the most wealthiest organization on earth. They surrendered all human souls to Satan for earthly wealth and power. So when you sleep tonight, demons will come into your mind, and they will stay if they aren't already there. They listen to all your thoughts. They wait for weaknesses. They wait for anxiety. They wait for lust. They wait for fear. When they find any of these, they will all pile into your brain and into your soul. One of the most powerful non-religious organizations on earth are the central banks, namely the Federal Reserve. They've been purposely leveraging our natural misunderstanding of cause and effect to gain power for the last 100 years. The good news is that after the Industrial Revolution, there was no more need for slavery, so they got rid of it. Of course, slavery still very much exists, but it's not physical slavery. It's economic slavery. It's mental slavery. It's the slavery of debt. Once you have enough debt, the people that you owe debt to, they are your new slave masters. The reason that this clever parasite tricks mice into thinking that cats are friendly is because this parasite can only reproduce inside of a cat. It's kind of a win-win arrangement between the Toxoplasma gondii and the cat. Kind of like the same deal that the bees and flowers have, or that dogs and humans have. The virus gets a safe place to reproduce. The cat gets free food delivered right into its mouth. The poor mouse gets tricked into thinking that he's running to play with his best friend, but he ends up getting eaten alive.